started. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Marcus Higgs with Verbling.com, coming to you from the bright and beautiful Saudi Arabia. I'm in Jeddah at the moment, and the sun is shining. Today, we are going to have conversation about a very sensitive issue. We'll talk more about it, but the issue is immigration and asylum seeking. It's a conversation for intermediate students and advanced students. Everybody is welcome to join. If you want to listen, you can find us on Verbling.com, or you may be watching on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you can join us at Verbling.com, like I just said. All right, and let's get the class started. Let's begin. Hello, Igor.
Hello.
Sorry. How are you?
Fine. And
Good.
you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Where's your picture from? I see the buildings in the background, but I don't know what
It is Dubai.
skyline that is. That is Dubai?
Yes.
I was thinking that, but I don't see the one tower, Khali Tower. Looks like Atlantis. All right, cool. You went there with your friends, right? That's what you told us last time?
With my girlfriend.
I'm sorry, it was a different person.
Yeah, it was a different person probably.
All right, good. Hello, Adela, how are you?
Fine, thanks. And you?
I'm doing well. All right. Let us start with our introductions. There are only 2 people at the moment. There's another English class going on, but 7 people are reserved for this class. All right, for our introductions, I want you to say your name, what city or country you're living in now, and the third thing is, if you had to move to a different country to live, in, where would you move to? Okay, I'll go first as an example. My name is Marcus. Right now I'm in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, and if I had to move to a different country, it would be, very quickly I'd say it would be Spain. It would be Spain. I enjoy the way the livelihood and how they live. If not Spain, it would be the south of Europe. Somewhere in France or Italy.
Italy. Okay.
Italy. Adela, you don't want me to come to Spain?
No, this is same. Italy, France, and Portugal.
You know what? They're similar. I don't think they're the same, though. They're similar.
No, similar, the Mediterranean people.
Yeah, that is true. All right. Please, Adela, introduce yourself.
Yes, I am Adela. I live in Spain, in the east and east.
Mhm.
And if I need to move abroad to work, to live, I would like to go to Costa Rica.
Yes, because of the environmentalism, or why?
Yes, the language is is comfortable for me. It's not necessary to to learn English.
And what other reason?
No, the main reason is this is a country very implicated with the environment. This is a very beautiful country. People very kind.
Okay.
They don't have army, for example.
They don't have an army?
Army. No?
Didn't know that. Okay, interesting. Cool. Igor, please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Igor. I'm from Russia. St. Petersburg is my city. I was born here, and if I'm going to move to some country, I will choose Australia
Why Australia?
because of the climate and because they speak English. I would have a chance to improve my skills there, and because they welcome people from around the world.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
they actually welcome young professionals, and
Mm-hmm.
they have kind of a system when you can get scores for knowing English, for being young, for having some profession, and uh, if you collect a certain amount of points, you can apply for a visa and go
Mm-hmm.
there. So
Yes, that is true. That is true. Interesting. What is your professional background?
actually, uh, I've done a dual master degree program,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
in management and business,
So an
and
MBA?
it was not MBA. It
Okay. But similar courses?
yeah, similar courses. Yeah,
Okay. All right. And what was the second master's in?
and it was like done together
Okay.
uh, in two universities in Russia and in Finland. I spent 1 year in Russia and then I moved to Finland for 1 year studying these courses, different courses, but in English. So,
Okay. All right. So we have Costa Rica, Australia, and Spain. And last but not least, Oleski, Olski, Olksi. Hope I'm saying that right. Can you hear us? At the moment, your microphone is mute, so you may.
Is it better now?
Yes, yes, there it is.
Okay, so do you hear me well?
Pardon?
Do you hear me well?
Yes, 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 we can hear you well.
Okay, so Alexei, there is my
Alexei.
yes.
So you're okay. Well, first your name, your second, what city you're in, and third, if you had to move to a different country, where would you move to live? If you had to move and live in a different country.
Okay, I live in Kiev. It's in Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
The, if I would go to other country, I would choose probably some European country, maybe France, maybe England,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but in general, I have no the specific country in which I would like to live. I'm
Okay. You've never thought about it, or you really don't have a choice at the moment? An idea?
no.
Okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. So we have another European fan here. Nice to meet you, Olski. All right, class.
Sorry, Alexei.
Alexei, sorry. I apologize. All right, class. Today our topic is immigration. On the paper, it had the subtitle "and racism." I think racism is a whole different topic. Sometimes it is coupled together with immigration, but I separated it for this particular moment. But we're going to talk about immigration, which can be a very sensitive and touchy subject. That's what we say in English. It's touchy, something that you do not touch often, or that is sensitive, something that is very sensitive. Here is the handout in the Verbling chat. Here it is in the Google chat. I think many of you are already there. So when we're discussing today, I'm always open for everyone to share their opinions. You don't have to agree with other people's opinions, but we're here for understanding as to what people believe and why they believe it. Why they believe it. Respect other people, and everybody's here to learn English. That's our goal. All right. So, can you guys see the document?
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Cool. And I will put it on my screen for those who can't. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Here it is. Cool. All right. All right. Immigration. First, let's start off with the discussion. Okay. What different... Oh, sorry. Adela, can you please read that? Number one.
What different ethnic groups are there in your town or region? In my region, there are different ethnic groups because they are immigrant groups, and another ethnic groups not immigrants but ethnic Spanish ethnic groups. Because
Spanish and what?
ethnic
Ethnic.
groups, but Spanish. This is a Spanish group because it's the I don't. One moment. This is in English is gypsies.
Did you?
Gypsies.
Gypsies, as I understand it, they're called gypsies in English. I don't know if that's a derogatory term or a put down. I think they're called gypsies, or
this is Spanish gypsies.
In Spanish, is it rude to call them Romas? Is that a rude word?
This is not. I think they are long time is possible. They are Romans, but in this moment they are a noise. In this this is a group, ethnic group, Spanish ethnic group, not Romans.
Okay. No, from Romania. From
no,
Romania.
not from Romania.
Okay.
Maybe 200 years ago is possible. I don't know, but this is an ethnic group, and we have the migrants groups too.
The immigrants?
Arabian and China.
Okay.
This is Maghreb, from the Maghreb.
They immigrated.
No, Maghreb. This is the Maghreb region, Morocco, Algeria.
From North Africa.
Yes, Maghreb.
Maghreb.
This is.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you have a Maghreb. Yes. That is actually the Arab word for meaning North Africa. Yeah.
North Africa. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Immigrants from North Africa, and then some from China, and then some from Russia.
We have
and then the gypsies.
To the Africa too is Senegal, Mali, etc.
Yes.
This is more or less.
Okay. Igor, how about in St. Petersburg?
Yeah, actually we have.
Oleski, sorry. I'm gonna put you on mute for a moment because we get a lot of static from your mic. Okay.
Okay.
Until you're ready to speak, please put yourself on mute. Thanks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go. It sounds much better. Go, Igor.
So, what questions should I answer? The same?
Yeah, the same question, so that we can know about your region.
So actually we have Russians, obviously, in here, and also we have a lot of people from former Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
So from Ukraine, Belarus, Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, and so on.
Okay. Is that where the Caucasus Mountains are?
Uh,
Is it close?
yes, we have some immigrants from there as well.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. That's cool. And how about you, Oleski? Olski. Oh,
Alexei.
Alexei.
Yes, thank you. That's right. The situation is pretty the same as in St. Petersburg, as Igor described. We also have a lot of people from former Soviet Union here, and also we have a lot of people from the east, from Arabian countries here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is
From the Middle East, you mean?
yes, from the Middle East, but maybe the amount is not is much less than from the other. Is
Okay.
much less comparing to the other ethnic groups.
There are fewer compared to the other ethnic groups.
Yes, but they are, let's say, more visible as for me.
Okay. Where I'm, thank you, Alexei. Where I'm living right now in Jeddah, it is right next to Mecca, which is one of the holy places of Islam. And if you know where Jeddah is, it's right next to North Africa also. So here there are a lot of, first of all, Indians or people from the subcontinent of Asia, which is India and Bangladesh. And then there are a lot of Filipinos as workers. And then there are a lot of North Africans and a lot of people from Africa who live here also working. A lot of the Saudi people, they don't work themselves, and a large section of the labor force, they're brought in from other countries. As myself, I'm an English teacher here. So there's a large part of the Saudi population that are, we haven't immigrated here to live, but we work here with the intentions of leaving. A lot of people do come here because Saudi gives a lot of benefits to those who are here. It's interesting. And the fourth person who had entered, Guiletta, are you there?
Yes. Can
Yes,
you
hi.
hear?
We can hear you
Hi,
very well. Hi, where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
Italy, okay.
Yeah.
Right now we're talking about immigration. What ethnic groups are in your town or in your region? Or what part of Italy are you from?
I'm from southern Italy.
Okay. From the south of Italy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm from Apulia. I don't know if you know that.
I'm not familiar.
Okay.
What kind of people do you have there?
We have some people from Morocco and from Algeria, North Africa.
North Africa was Maghreb again. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming. Let me also say.
Thank you. It's my first class.
Well, thank you for letting me be your first. All right. Very good, Adela. Let's go to question 3 very quickly, and then let's get to the reading. Okay? Question 3 very quickly. Does your country offer help to refugees? If so, are you happy that your taxes help to support them? Okay. I can speak about America. And yes, America offers help to refugees. Now, refugees are people who have fled or have run away from their country because there are difficult times there. Maybe there's a war, maybe there's a famine. Famine means there's no food or water. Maybe they are killing a particular type of people. Like if they started killing only gypsies, then gypsies run away from there. Then they would be refugees. Or like in Syria, because their government is fighting against them, many people are running away from Syria. So does your country offer help to refugees? If so, are you happy your taxes help to support them? About the taxes supporting them, I'm okay with it. I will say that now. A very quick question, yes or no? Let's start with Igor, and then I'll ask Adela, then I'll ask Dileta, and then I'll ask Oleska.
So I don't know if my country support any kind of refugees. This is not the most problem of our country, so I don't care.
It's not the biggest problem. Okay. All right. Adela, what about you?
Yes, I know my people offer support of the refugees,
Support.
but they need to prove they are refugees about problems, about wars. They are political. They need to have a proof. It's not
to prove it.
To prove it, they have a problem in your and they are problems about religion or political ideas, etc. But not all people, not every people. Only that's the case. No, not everybody. It's only this case. Law have injured the judge, etc. have in a law, in the law, describe the law about something we consider refugees to have the possibility to have the refugee condition. They are a law about this.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand that. So not everybody can easily become or get a refugee status. They have to pass certain...
for example, Cubans are come back here. For example, prisoners, Cubans, when Castro they change, they move to Spain in refugee quality, about the
refugee status or so.
Study, okay.
Status. Okay. Yeah, I know in Spain it's a big problem, and many of my friends are against many of the immigrants coming in. Or some of my friends, not many, but some of my friends.
Yes, there are a lot of immigrants. This is a problem in this moment because the crisis. They are not work for everybody. They are people come back to the at home. Your country because they are not possibility to to work. Spanish
is
people in this moment is immigrant to Germany, for example.
yes. All right, Guleta,
Yes.
am I saying your name right?
No.
Oh, thank you.
It's
How do you say it?
Giulietta.
Giulietta. Oh, it's so much easier. Yes, Giulietta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Before we go on, Giulietta, Adela, taxes, Spanish taxes do help the immigrants. How do you feel about that?
In the taxes, we have X to mark to have the NGO, and this is the 1.7 to the NGO. This is NGO help the migrants or another people.
Okay. NGO is a
Yes,
non-governmental
organization.
organization.
Yes.
Actually, I know the Spanish government actually still helps the refugees. But okay. So you don't mind? You think that's okay?
This is help to help people in general, or you can pay tax about NGO
Adela,
or sorry,
I'm just no, it's okay. I'm only asking, how do you feel about it?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Sorry.
How do you feel about the government helping them? Are you okay with it, or are you against it?
Yes, I am okay.
Okay, all right. Giulietta.
Yes.
Yes. The same question to you. Yeah. Does your country offer help, and are you happy that your taxes help support them?
Italy is like Spain, so we have the same problem. A lot of people come here because they need help in their country. There is not enough food, or the quality of life is low. So yes, and we are the last frontier of Europe. So a lot of people came to Italy, and Italy is just a bridge for them to go to France and to Germany.
Okay.
So
how do you feel about the Italian government helping them? Are you okay with that, or are you
of
against
course,
it?
no, I'm okay. And for Italy, it's like the history of Italy is like that, because yes, we have a long time of that situation, and
Yes.
usually, yeah, and usually there are process to recognize the refugee status of that people, and so after that they can give them the status of refugee, or they have to let them go at their home.
Let them return home.
Return home. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Interestingly enough, as Igor said he wanted to go to Australia, Australia is very similar to that. Has a long history of people coming in, and also America. And Oleski, I always say your name wrong. Are you okay with your tax money helping them?
Well, I'm okay with helping for these people. I don't know if my country provide a big amount of I don't know of money help, or of money as a help, or I don't know. I think that it's not a big financial help for those people, but I'm sure that my country doesn't impede people from other countries to
Tell me this. Do you think people leaving the Ukraine now with fear of war?
Well, it depends. It depends on people. It depends on region of Ukraine. I think that in eastern region, people, of course, afraid the uh, of the armed activity. I don't know. Maybe it's not a correct English sentence.
I can't hear you too well.
Uh, I think that in eastern regions, people will start worrying about all this war activity because it happens right near their homes.
Mm-hmm.
In the center of the Ukraine, it's relatively calm.
Mm-hmm.
Good word. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. That's good enough. All right. All right. So everybody doesn't mind. Um, our two brothers from Eastern Europe, they were just I don't know, and I really they didn't care too much. But from South Europe, yeah, you guys said that it's an issue, but you guys are okay with it. Yes, I'm familiar with that, Adele.
Yes.
You know where I grew up in the Bahamas? The Bahamas is in between Haiti and America. So people would come over on, they would dig out tree trunks, the trunks of trees. They would cut down the tree, and they would dig out the tree trunk, and they would float on them for days across the water. And when they would hit the island, they would just start running because the Coast Guard, they would be there to catch them. So they would try to run past the Coast Guard. Man. Let's get to our reading because we are halfway past and we need to start reading. Okay. Here's our article. Everybody will read one paragraph. Olski, I'm going to put you on mute again. Okay. When we read this, there are two questions. We're going to read about some asylum seekers. Asylum just means peace. And people who are looking for peace. Asylum seekers, and they go to this village. The two questions are, Juliana, can you please read the two questions? Julieta, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
The villagers don't mind that the refugees are living nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Little Hurling was the only place the refugees could go.
All right. Those are actually statements. If they're true or false, okay? We're going to read through and see if they're true or false.
Okay.
Everybody's going to read one paragraph. Let's start with you, Julieta. And then we'll go with, sorry. And then we'll go with Igor, and then Oleski, and then Adele. Start.
Okay. Asylum seekers, there was trouble yesterday in the village of Little Hurling in Kent, as 150 Kosovar refugees arrived to stay in the Hurling Business Centre just outside the village. Local people, upset that no one had spoken to them before sending the refugees there, held a protest meeting in the village hall.
Okay, pause. Go, Igor.
We are a tolerant group of people in Little Hurling, said Mayor Ronald Smithy, who has lived in the village for 25 years. We are happy that the government has offered assistance to these people and provided accommodation for them, but Little Hurling is not the place they should be. It would be better if they were in a large town or city.
Mm-hmm. Oleski. Alexi. You're mute at the moment. Alexi, we can't hear you if you can hear us. Okay, continue, Adela, please.
Amanda Parker White, 52, leader of the village committee, said, "There is no entertainment here, no cinema, no library, and only one small village shop. The point is, what are these people going to do?"
Continue.
Basil Yoga, spokesman for the refugees, said, "I'm sure the villagers are not discriminating against these people. Most of them have come here as genuine asylum seekers. They are afraid that
Go on, continue to the end of the paragraph.
they are afraid that if they return home, they will be killed or persecuted after the terrible time they have had in their own country. They need some peace and quiet to help them recover."
Oh, he left. Okay. Giulietta, you
Yes.
can finish. Mhm.
Unfortunately, there was no time to talk to the villagers, said Kim Thompson of the government's Refugee Action Group. "We only found out the refugees were arriving this morning, and there was nowhere else for them to go. We were much people. We very
We welcome them.
very much hope the
We very
villagers.
much hope. Yes, sorry.
Yeah. Oh my God, we very much hope the villagers will welcome them and accept them into the community."
Okay. That is good.
Sorry.
Very much hope. Yeah, that is a little bit awkward to say. We very much hope. Okay, very good. Igor, are true or false questions at the top? Villagers don't mind that the refugees are living nearby. Is that true or false?
That is true.
The villagers don't mind? All right, class, do we agree? Villagers
No.
don't mind?
That's a tricky question. Even
I don't agree.
Okay, let's see. The local people
they
upset
held
that
a
no one has...
protest. Yeah, of course they don't. They do mind.
Okay.
They held a protest. They said that there is no entertainment and nothing to do for the refugees in this city, and they should be sent to the bigger city or something.
Yeah, there's that one. That's correct. And right here it also says, we're happy the government has offered assistance, and then it says, but Little Hurling is not the place they should be.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so is that a tricky question, Igor? Igor?
I don't.
No. It is false. It is false. All right. What about the second one? Little Hurling was the only place the refugees could go. Is that true or false?
False.
Okay, class, what do we say? You say false, Adela?
Yes, I think.
Do we agree with that?
No.
No.
Okay, why do you say no? Giulietta and then Igor.
Because they only found out the refugee were arriving in the morning. There was nowhere else for them to go.
Yeah, this is the line down here.
Yeah.
The line where it says, we found out that there was nowhere else for them to go. So this is true.
But
what do you say, Igor? Go.
They are lying, no, about they.
He's lying. This.
I don't. How do we know she's lying or he's lying? Kim. So it's maybe a she. How do we know she's lying?
Because he's a politician.
And all politicians
there
lie,
are
right?
places around the world where they may go. Why the only village, the small village. They might
Well,
go
okay.
to Whoa.
And actually, that is a question. It says, why do you think the little village is not a good? Why do the villagers think the little village is not a good place? And then why is the village a good place? So let's look at our questions at the bottom. Why do the villagers think Hurling is not a good place for the refugees? Oleski, good to see you again.
Hi everybody, it was a problem with internet connection.
Okay.
Uh,
Good to
so-
see you back. So why do the villagers think that Little Hurling is not a good place for the refugees?
Well, I don't know, but I think that.
Well, it's in the article. Before you say, go on, continue. Sorry.
Okay, I read this article before the lesson, so actually
Okay.
I tend to fit. But in any case, I don't know why they decided that their village is not a suitable place for the refugees. I think that they may be just afraid of unknown. Maybe
the
they are not well educated, or maybe they are afraid that the refugees uh,
Take
will
over.
will break their rules or something like this, and that's
Okay. Okay, Oleski. Can anybody else answer why the villagers said they don't want them there, or why it's not a good place for them?
Because it's a small village, don't have anything to do, any place to work, I think.
So it's in the fourth paragraph. The fourth paragraph. There's no entertainment here, no cinema, no library, and only a small village shop. What are they going to do?
But these people do not seek for entertainment and library.
All right.
They
That
just
was a second
being
question.
killed, to not being killed and something like that. They just need a place to sleep and find a way how to survive.
All right. Oleski, I'm going to come back to a point that you said earlier. It was very interesting. But Igor, you said they're not looking for entertainment. It says, why might it be a good place for the refugees, according to Basil Yogo? Where can you find it in the passage that proves what you said, Igor?
Most of them have come here as genuine asylum seekers.
Asylum. Mm-hmm.
Asylum seekers. They are afraid that if they return home, they will be killed or persecuted.
Okay.
So they just want to find a quieter, more safer place.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. They need some peace and quiet to help them recover. That's it right there at the end. All right. And last question, quite easy. Why did nobody talk to the villagers at first? Giulietta, why didn't anybody talk to the villagers?
Because there was no time to
Okay.
talk.
It was last minute.
Yeah.
All right. Now, this is very interesting. This first discussion question. It touches on what Oleski said. Do you think the villagers are being honest about their reasons for wanting the refugees elsewhere? If not, what do you think the real reasons are? Okay, I'm going to comment on this, but after I hear your ideas. Okay, I'm going to post the question here. Do you think the villagers, oh no, it's messed up, are being honest for the reasons that they don't want the refugees there? If not, what do you think they're being?
The villagers want to be politically correct, but actually I think they just don't want somebody from the outside will ruin their traditional way of living. something like that.
So you don't think they're being honest?
Yes, I don't think. Not really. Not in the 100%.
Okay. Okay. What do you think, Oleski?
Well, I think that for sure they were not very honest. Maybe maybe they just don't want to have such amount of unknown people right near their houses or something like this. They don't actually. The reason for their relation to those people was that they were not informed about what are those people who
Do you think if they were informed, they would have been okay with it?
it depends on how they will how they were informed. It depends. I think that the politicians, of course, could change the or at least decrease the amount of well, sorry, not the amount, but decrease the degree of uh, negative feelings inside the
So the politicians could have decreased the negative feelings, maybe, or the politicians could have lied.
If they presented it well, if they tell more about what those people tried to do in their own country and what for they were
Okay. Hold that thought, Aliski. All right. What do you think, Julieta? Are the villagers being honest?
No, they are not honest.
You said that very quickly. What do you think the real reason is then?
The reason they are afraid about new people in the town, and they don't know how to deal with them. They are not prepared to receive them, and so they are a little bit shocked, I think. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. An interesting word that Igor mentioned twice was, and I think Oleski, is the unknown. Because it's the unknown, they're afraid. Do you have a comment, Adela?
No, it's same. My opinion. Okay. Yes.
Sure. How do you think a small village in your country would react if 150 refugees were sent nearby? All right, so you are in Valencia, Adela, and let's say a small town to the south.
I think in a small village when arrive this quantity of refugees, I think local people is against against this intrusion, no, because it's more people. The percentage is very high. This in general, they are a reaction against this collective, I think.
Okay, so you think they would protest also?
Yes, I think it's possible because when this case is in Spain, they are not exactly, but same. Local people say, they have another village, no? It's more comfortable for everybody to have less refugees in each village. This is to share, no? To share the refugees.
To spread it out. Spread it out. How would you think they'd react in southern Italy?
Actually, it happened. That happened a lot of times. So
Okay.
we are prepared.
It's nothing new.
Nothing new. So we have a places where they were helped as a first aid, and then they went to other places where don't know, they take the information about them. So we are just a place for the first aid.
Oh, so they actually spread the burden around, or they come to you for first aid and then they go to a different place for maybe employment looking, or interesting. How many villages is it? How many villages are there?
I don't know, maybe 10, like that.
Okay. Okay.
Villagers,
how would
what
that,
do you mean? Sorry.
How many villages are there that help the refugees? You said they only come to your village for first aid.
Yeah.
And then they go to another village for other services.
Yes, they relocate because they are placed to the refugees, and they are centers about. Is to relocate in another village, in another city. There are two problems in Spain. This is Ceuta and Melilla. This is two cities in Africa. This is not Spanish in the. This is in.
Spanish people do not live there.
This is two Spanish city in inside Morocco.
Yes.
Yes, there is a border too.
Yes, no? Is the word, because a lot of people have this is the door to Europe. The center are very crowded. Crowded. They need to go to the Peninsula. This Spanish country. Sorry.
A peninsula.
Peninsula.
But which peninsula? The Iberian Peninsula.
Iberian, yes, Iberian.
Ah, yes. Sorry. Yes.
Because the city are in Africa. They need government need to come to the peninsula to control this quantity of refugees, to share, to reallocate.
I always found it funny that the countries with the biggest problem of refugees are the countries that went out and tried to dominate the world. England, they went around, they went to India, they went to the New World in the Americas, and they went down to Australia, and they tried to go into the Middle East and tried to dominate all these countries. And then now all these people are coming back to England, and they're like, no, don't come in. Or maybe France. France did that. They tried to dominate a lot of North Africa and other parts of Asia. And Spain also did that with now people in South America. They're telling them, please, don't come in. After they went to their country and tried to rule them, when they want to come back, They say, no, 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 stay out. I find that interesting. Okay, so Julieta says that and her villages is helping them out. Okay. How do you think that would happen in St. Petersburg? What do you think would happen, Igor?
So if refugees will come to St. Petersburg or a little village somewhere?
No, 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 a little village. St. Petersburg is a huge city. I mean a little village in Russia,
Okay.
near St.
In
Petersburg.
Russia we have a lot of little villages and with decreasing population. Yeah.
Okay.
So people go to bigger cities and actually young people are going to the big cities first. So if
No, well, my question is, what if the refugees came to that small village?
so,
How would the people react?
if
Sorry.
these refugees are young and can help to the village, it would be good idea. Why not?
Revive the economy.
Eh,
It would bring
What
a
do
new
you mean?
spirit to the village. If the
Yes,
refugees came in,
they might
it,
they might maintain the village, do some job, repair uh, some homes,
okay.
make some. I don't know. They have a lot to do in our villages.
Adela is sending all the refugees. Please go to St. Petersburg. They will gladly
Not to
welcome
St.
you.
Petersburg, to the
Oh,
villages.
no? Oh, you don't want them in St. Petersburg, but they can go to the
To the
village.
north and east
Okay,
of
all right.
Russia. Just go there. They don't want to go there.
Because it's too cold. Nobody wants to
And
go there.
yeah, maybe.
All right. And Oleski, how do you think well, not Kyiv, because that's the capital. How do you think a small village in Ukraine would react? How do you think a small village in Ukraine would react?
I think that it depends on the region of Ukraine, and also
Mhm.
it depends on village, because in different places, people uh, in the masses have different level of education. You know, there is a village with a very high, maybe not very high, but with enough educated people, and they can understand what were the reasons why people come here. In the other places, it could be a very difficult situation. When people, 100 persons, will be against the newcomers, especially taking into account that the government often uh, just propose people to handle the situation by themselves, so they don't provide the support, the financial aid for the newcomers, and they just become the new problem for those people
Mhm.
in this
So,
area. And so it
so
is
there are
hard
many
to,
different factors of how they
yes,
react. The education level of the village and the support from the government.
yes, of course.
Hmm. Okay, all right.
Teacher.